Hey, Hillsborough County pet parents. Is your work life keeping your pup cooped up at home all day? Imagine coming home to a happy, relaxed dog instead of one bursting with pent-up energy. A midday dog walk with Professional Pets Florida is your solution. We'll ensure your pup gets the exercise and socialization they need while you focus on working. No more guilt, no more rushed walks, just a happy, healthy dog every single day. Professional Pets Florida, because your dog deserves the best. Learn more online at www.professionalpets.net and schedule your free onboarding call today.
Life's an illusion, this vodka's real. Dare to be amazed? So smooth it's scary that just looking through this bottle may make you a little tipsy. And with a wave of your hand, you become the magician, changing 20s into hundreds. And with a wave of your spectator's hand, we can make them scream in fear. Illusion Vodka truly is so smooth it's scary. I wrote it on every bottle. Illusion Vodka 6 times distilled, 10 times filtered, made with a Midwestern winter wheat by a real master distiller who's been making vodka for over 50 years. If you'd like to become alive for your next big gathering, click the link now and buy today. Illusion Vodka, so smooth it's scary. Dare to be amazed?
Beautiful Apollo Beach.
Or good morning.
Yeah, depending on where you're watching us
depends
from.
on where you're watching. And,
Good call,
and
Teo.
how
I like
tired,
that.
It feels like morning.
Also,
Anyway.
people watch the replay, believe it or not. We get
Yeah.
as much traction on the first as we do the second, which is very surprising. Welcome to Apollo Beach, South Shore. We are here live. My name is Howard, the unknown drummer. I'm here with my friend, Captain Teo Leonard, and we have a guest today from a local business, and this is the South Shore Live Show.
And before we get started,
Here
we
we
gotta
go.
go over our disclaimer. So this is entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Everything here is not the express views or opinions of anybody that we mention on the show, etc. Don't do as we say or do as we do, but make it for your enjoyment. And
this is for entertainment purposes only.
Don't blame us if stuff goes awry. So we just want to cover that. And with that, I got to tell you, man, Lee, we have Lee Sisson in here from Night's Air.
Welcome, Lee, to our studios here, our man cave, our homage to the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
go Bucks! So we're here.
Bucks.
It's 83 degrees here,
Go
and
Chiefs.
we want to thank everyone for tuning in, watching. And this is a spotlight here of Apollo Beach, South Shore area, and your name comes up a lot. That's he's been mentioning for weeks and weeks. He's like, let's get him on here right now. So you're on here, sir. Welcome to our room.
All right, thank you.
So so you guys are Night's Air, and so in normal world it would be heating and air conditioning.
Yeah.
But in Florida it's a
bit of everything.
Kind of heating, but mostly
80-20 rule in that one. I think people can live without the heat down here.
And now that I looked at my electric bill going up, so the AC is definitely running now.
It's
so
working.
You guys are beyond slammed, right?
It's getting there. We're not too crazy right now, but it's coming.
Okay. And you
The
have
storm is coming.
2 trucks or a couple trucks? Okay.
2.
But it's all family owned.
Yeah, everyone in the company is family.
Right. I know if I don't get your wife, I get your
You're gonna
son or
get my
daughter,
son or
right?
daughter.
And you have a grandchild. So are you gonna bring him into the
we're going
AC
multi-generational
business?
here.
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
I could see some commercials
Yeah.
with him.
We're definitely teaching the kids to take over.
Okay.
So that's definitely a plus.
Good deal.
So how long you been in town here?
Me, I was born and raised here.
Okay.
I was here before Apollo Beach was here.
I was telling Teo, my brothers used to come here and have tomato fights. That's how I know about this place. I was left at home. They would come back pelted with tomatoes.
Yeah, we came over on the Mayflower.
Oh, no. They came right to Tampa.
Right?
Why wouldn't you? Go Bucks.
That's something I don't understand. You end up there in like Massachusetts, where they land and stuff. And then you hit all that snow. And I'm like, how did they just, I don't know. I could imagine
We wasn't no dummies. We went south where the water is nice and pretty.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'd be like, just keep going south and then, and then forget going inland. You got the ocean here. So, and I don't know. It's just, it's changed a lot, hasn't it? It's
blown up
just
here.
in the years that you guys have been active.
It's not the small little town I grew up in.
No.
How long have you been in business here as Night's Air?
We opened this company in 2012? Yeah.
And you guys started out basically doing contract AC, right? For like management companies and things like that?
No, we started out. Lisa was working for a general contractor.
GC.
Okay.
And they had a problem with an AC they couldn't get fixed. I was working for a big mechanical company and wasn't doing residential. So they actually Lisa called me and wanted to know if I could fix it. Went out there to take a look at it after work. And it took me, about 20 minutes to fix it?
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right away I fixed it. And it just went from there.
And decided at that point, you know what? Maybe I should open a company doing this. There you go.
Yeah.
So out of necessity.
And by the way, she's not on mic. So what happened was,
not by choice.
They ended up
you're welcome to be on
going
mic
to
anytime.
get his official license for AC.
Yeah.
And then they started the business. So, and that's so when I met you guys and I had a massive problem in the office and it would take like 3 or 4 hours to be almost bearable in there. And you came in and took a look, and immediately you're like, okay, there's a problem with the vent here. There's a problem with the vent here. There's a problem with the vent here. And if we change to this type of thermostat, you can turn it on when you leave the house before you get to the office, and it'll be totally cold when you're there. I'm like, it takes 3 hours. It goes, not after we change the vents. And honestly, that's exactly how I became a fan of you guys. And then over the years, like our house at Jekyll, we've had problems a couple times. And like the one estimate was like $8,000, I think. I called you on and you're like, give me the serial number. Okay, that's under warranty, and here's a fair price. And you've done that for so many people here in the community, and you're always so giving to everybody. I think it's a great way to do business. It's just being knowledgeable, but also giving back. And it comes back fold. I mean, when I see the post, somebody wants an AC person.
Boom, 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 boom.
You get a lot. And there's a handful. There's a handful. I mean, there's a lot of choices. Yeah. And there's a handful of great guys here.
There's a few companies in here that are really great.
Yep.
And there's a ton of companies that are horrible.
Well,
but a lot of people don't know my background.
Yep.
My background comes from commercial. I've done 170 tons.
Okay.
I've been all over the Caribbean. I've worked hand to hand with architects and engineers.
Okay.
And actually design stuff for the engineers that they can't design themselves. I was the go-to guy, the fix-it guy of the mechanical world, and everybody in the mechanical company knew who I was. And I was the fix-it guy. When they called me, things was going to get done.
So you guys are open, I'm guessing, 24/7?
No.
7 days a week?
What that means is we will respond to you within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours, you will respond to you.
Yeah, that's typically what 24-hour means in any company. They will respond to you within 24 hours.
All right. And other than the summertime, when else do you see other times that people tend to call you guys for their services?
Oh, we get called all the time. We don't slow down.
You never slow down.
Never slow down. Yeah.
It's just on.
Even
like the AC, it's on.
So like, this is how great these people are is so I'll make a joke about, oh my God, it's 40 degrees outside. I'm going to die without a heater. And they're like, I'll get a text. Do you have a problem with the heater? Do you need me to come fix it?
Call nights.
And I'm like, I just don't want to turn it on, you know?
Yeah.
And after the hurricane, that was, I got to plug this because a lot of you guys know we lost the home and everything else in the hurricane, and Lee and Lisa were awesome checking in on those of us, the regular customers who got hurt in the hurricane and made sure that the units were flushed out, how to take care of them, how to salvage them, and what to do to bring them back online. You know, hey, make sure you have that breaker off and don't just turn it on when they get the electricity, and check this and check this. And then you came over and mine came on. Okay. I followed your instructions, but then we had a problem where it was stuck in heat mode or something. You came over and fixed it right away.
A lot of people don't know this, but me and Lisa, we decided that we're going to help as many people as we can help. And we worked almost 24/7 fixing everybody's AC and didn't charge nobody a dime.
Yeah, there you go.
It was to get everybody back up and running until we could figure out how to fix these units, how to move forward, and give them some kind of peace while they rebuild their lives.
It was an absolute lifesaver. You know, I think people don't realize the emotional stress that we went through. You know, you have insurance, right? So you're like, okay, cool. What? I got my check a week and a half ago.
You know, we were talking about this a few weeks ago.
Just now
5 to 8 months ago.
We had to self-finance all of the rebuild, and companies like you that helped people. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's easier to think about your problems when you're nice and cool. It's horrible to think about.
That's a very good point.
And without having the AC, all that moisture, you know, when you're butt deep in water in your house and you're running fans trying to draw it out, finally getting that AC on, we were able to get the air starting to get dry. And so there's a ton of new construction.
Yeah.
And
it's all wrong.
I was going to say, I am floored with that.
But again,
you have fixed a handful of our friends that have relatively new houses.
It makes for plenty of service calls in the future, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm not complaining by any means. I could go fix everybody's
Can I ask a
mistakes.
quick question?
Absolutely.
Every one of these houses has
Wait,
carpet in it.
Howard, real
Go ahead,
quick.
babe.
When, and I know the answer to this, but I'm asking.
Oh boy.
When should people actually call you? Like what? Because there's maintenance. I'm a real estate agent, so I
You
know
only do
people should
annual.
maintenance.
This is the honest to God's truth about annual
Hit
maintenance.
us up. Testify. Let's go.
Annual maintenance should only be done once a year in the hottest part of the year. This is why.
Really?
Absolutely. This is why. If I come out to your house and I put my gauges on your unit and it's below 70 degrees, gives me false readings on everything.
So don't come out before.
Nope.
Oh man.
Once
Coming
a year,
the dead of summer. It's cooking.
The hotter
It's
it is,
working.
the
It's
better
working.
it is.
It's working. It's
Beginning
hard
of
out.
August, I need an appointment.
if I come out and the temperature's below 70 degrees,
That's my wife.
that's the quickest way for somebody to rip you off.
I just You know, I
It
just
happens all
want to
the
know as
time.
a real estate agent.
So
to know
hey,
my clients.
speaking of the ripoff, I get people that call and go, and I love it. They're like, it's time for your annual maintenance. And I'm like, well, it's not Lisa and it's not Lee. So clearly it's not time for my annual maintenance.
Maybe someone else is the new owner of the home.
They make it act like
Because it's a cold
I'm
call.
their
They're looking
customer.
for the
Oh
mighty
yeah.
dollar.
And I had one before I met you guys, and on a whim I had turned everything on. It was in February, and I turned on, the AC was running great, and the guys show up, and I figured my wife signed up for a contract or something, and 15 minutes later, they're like, sir, we have a problem. And
of course you do.
They had fried and you could see the burn marks where they had jumpered it to fry my, was it the compressor that's outside?
I see it all the time.
And I wanted to shoot those people.
I will. It is Florida. That's why you moved here.
And
Guns
there's
are everywhere.
And I'm like, they're like, oh, and we can put a brand new system in for $18,000 and I can have it here this afternoon and get you up and running. I'm like, no.
Yeah, funny how that happens.
But it's crazy. I mean, like our house at Jekyll, they played the warranty thing, telling me it wasn't under warranty and that it was going to be $8,000. And you ran the serial number for me, and you gave me the ammo to go back, and then it became, I think it was $450.
That's a whole lot better.
Which is a whole lot better.
And 95% discount. That's not bad.
And
that's a nice spread, isn't it?
You know,
funny how that happens too.
And you guys are known for honest. I mean, I've referred so many people to you, and you're like, oh, try to flush out the line. And by the way, you use vinegar, not chlorine, right?
Never use chlorine. Never use bleach.
Because everyone talks about pouring
anything.
bleach down that line.
Well, you could prior to 2006.
Okay.
After 2006, everything went aluminum.
Okay.
And it's the fumes from the bleach and the chlorine that erodes and eats the coil.
And then also we have, everyone is always is promoting. I'm in I go to networking meetings or chamber meetings, and you hear different AC companies that are talking about, oh, you got to have that black light infrared deal.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Please
so
do.
I'd like to get an opinion on that.
You want the honest to God's truth about all of it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lay it out.
Does your company do
and we'll
cleaning?
and we're gonna keep rolling with this. So ignore the commercial.
Well, what
break,
time is
okay?
it? What time is it? Oh yeah, we can go a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. The floor is yours, Lee.
Here's the 3 number 1 ripoffs in the AC.
Let's hear it. Get close to that mic. Let everyone know it.
Number 1.
Let's go.
Annual maintenance should only be done once a year in the hottest part of the year.
Like that.
June, July,
Number
August.
2. UV light bulbs. They don't work. They're never going to work. This is why. UV lights for residential work off a 24 volt. UV lights for a hospital work off a 240 to 208 volt. It's only been proven to work 1 inch around the UV light bulb for residential. If your airflow is 22 inches wide and you're only cleaning 3 inches of it, what's the point?
What's the
That's
point?
what she said.
You can actually look up all this information on EPA. Look up EPA and UV light bulbs. It'll tell you the truth.
Number 3.
And also UV light bulbs. If you have the kind that puts off an ozone, it scars your lungs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why would I install something that's going to harm my customers?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And the third one, The old famous duct cleaning.
Here we go.
This is Howard's favorite.
This is I'm a little history. What engaged me the most out of Facebook, other than catching up with old friends, was the idea that these dirt bags are literally ripping people off.
Absolutely.
And I have over the years helped so many people. I run about 40 to 50 different groups now as a moderator, as admin, and I remove the spam. I have cracked the code. And on top of it, I'm warning you, you bastards, if you're watching this, if I get you out of one group, I'm getting you out of every group. Continue.
UV light, duct cleaning.
Duct cleaning. Let's go.
Duct cleaning. The only ducts you should ever clean in your house is your dryer vent,
Yes.
and your grease, your range hood.
Correct. I clean that every
you-
6 months.
Yep, if you use a lot of grease. Ductwork in an HVA system should never be cleaned.
Never touched.
Only if it's sheet metal. If it's sheet metal ductwork, you can clean it. Fiberglass ductwork, you cannot clean. It's impossible.
And that's
Reason
that's
being-
like 95% of Florida, right?
All of Florida.
Even my house in Georgia, in Jekyll Island, is all that fiberglass
There's very
stuff.
few residential houses in Apollo Beach that has metal ductwork.
Yeah.
I could probably count about 3 in the whole area.
Another reason.
Ductwork and fiberglass ductwork, here's the truth. Fiberglass ductwork has a very thin membrane on it.
Yep.
It's thinner than a sheet of paper. If you disturb that membrane as air blows across it, it loosens the fiberglass particles which float in
now,
the air.
now
Yeah,
you're
you're
breathing that
sucking
stuff.
that
And
in.
as somebody that's been
Breathing
working on my
fiberglass.
boat and doing the fiberglass repair, that was a couple people came by and go, "Dude, you're wearing a mask."
Oh, dude, I pulled up and then I got it because I saw you working on the boat. And I'm like, yeah,
Like the only time I'm gonna wear
It's in that by the garbage can.
because that stuff is
That's right.
painful.
And 3 years after they damage it, replacing every bit of duct in your house, that's about an $8,000 to $10,000 to $20,000 mistake, depending on the size of your house.
And we had to do that. We had to do that, Jekyll, not because of duct clean, but because the ducts were from the 60s. And then I showed you pictures, and you're like, "Yeah, it's time to do them." So that's really cool.
Steps to stay away from UV light bulbs, maintenance contracts, and duct cleaning. That's
So-
3 no-nos.
So let's talk
Great
briefly
information.
about
Great.
filters. We have Andre in the back there.
Yeah, that's
He's
it.
got-
That's
he's
the
got
natural transition.
He's got the filter change business.
Andre, pull the shit over here.
All
And
right, come on, Andre.
His business is probably the smartest thing that person can do is he owns an air filter changing business. That if you can't do your filter and it's the worst thing in your house, he's got a business that'll come in there and change the filter for you.
and I don't.
Andre, tell him about your business.
We don't have a mic.
That's amazing business. There's a lot of customers
Oh,
who
there
don't.
we go.
Yeah.
Appreciate that as well. Thanks for the shout out. And literally, that's all we are doing. We are literally just coming in the home, changing just the air filters and leaving. That way, there's no liability on us if there is something that happens to the units after we do leave. We are just doing air filters only. At this current moment in time, we basically supply you with any air filters that you want and currently desire. However, I am learning throughout the process.
And
that
we
there are
just we were
certain
talking about that.
recommended
So actually,
air filters.
Lee, what
let
type
me-
of filters
let
should
me
we be
educate-
using?
Let me educate you on a few filters.
Yes, please.
All
Thank
right.
you.
The blue and green filters are called hog hair filters. Rule of thumb, if you can hold it up to the light and you can see through it, they're worthless.
Okay.
They won't stop any microns, no particles, no nothing. It goes straight to the coil.
Good
The
to know.
best filter to use is a 1-inch filter.
Yep.
Don't get the 2-inch, the 3-inch, the 4-inch. All those are going to do is just restrict airflow, cause a problem.
Start suffocating it,
The
basically.
quickest way to cool a house is you got to do 3 things: remove the heat, remove the humidity, then you can cool. The last thing you want to do is restrict airflow.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
So you should always use a paper filter with
Paper
a pleat
filter.
with a pleats that look like a set of curtains.
Now,
further
what
apart.
what about those cleanable metal foam filters? So I got rid of mine because it was a
reusable
pain in the
Those are
butt.
still hog hair filters.
Okay,
They don't let air flow through.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is that
That's
the right kind?
That is the perfect filter.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hog hair.
Now, with
Yep.
that being said, recommended change intervals monthly.
It all depends. You see how white that filter is?
Yeah.
Now, have you ever gone to someone's house and changed a filter and it's just completely black,
Yeah.
but you don't see much dirt on it?
Yeah.
You know what causes that? Candles.
Smoke. Okay, I was going to say something of smoking,
Candles.
but candles. Okay. Yeah.
Candles put off a soot and renders the filter completely useless.
Now, Lee, I happen to own South Shore Cleaning and Supply, and you just touched on something that gave me an epiphany one night in this customer's house.
Yeah.
So the company's the kids' company now,
Right.
And they have learned from my experiences out in the field and worked with me. But one thing I learned, airflow, you're completely 100% right on. There is a biosphere, which is hovering when you don't have carpet. The carpet's your filter, and if not, you've got floating air about 18 inches above your floor. You have circulation. And candles here are the worst possible thing in your house because that has got to go somewhere. It doesn't burn into magical fairyland, ladies and gentlemen. That black goo is what is making your floor look like crap.
It's making your
right in front of
filters dirty.
It is the worst thing you can do is
Making
straight
your
up
lungs.
candles.
Yeah.
And I mean that they used them in the Middle Ages. Get over your candles. It
We
is so
love
bad.
them. Stop it. They're romantic.
They are.
Talk to Lisa about that.
There you
They're
go.
romantic. Leave
Not
it
no
alone.
more.
It's guess where it is.
Yeah.
Always where they have the candle.
You're right.
And there's
You are right.
And it's like this can never get clean. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, do you use candles? Oh yes, we do. Move your candle.
All right. So hey, with that, we're
No,
gonna
it's burn no candle. I've had people put candles in their bedroom and said, "Oh, we can't do it because it's in my bedroom." Air's air. It'll find
Yeah,
every
it
crack,
moves
every
everywhere.
crevice.
just like water. We're gonna take a break since Howard doesn't have a mic. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna give a shout out to a couple of the people that like to support us, and then we're gonna be back. And thanks, Lee from Knights Air.
Lee,
And
thank you for the
Darling
community.
Bride.
Waterset loves you.
Lisa,
Thank
yeah.
you for bringing him here. I
And
appreciate
thanks
it.
for all you really, and I gotta just thank you for all you do for the community. You
If
guys are
anybody
always
ever needs
stepping up.
Questions? All they got to do is call me.
Thank
Yeah.
I tell
I'll
I
answer
tell our
anything
customers,
they need.
advice is free.
That's right.
You know, we're here to help you, but do us a favor. If we've told you what to do and you don't do it, then
It's
when,
on
when you
you.
call us back, just let us do what we do. Don't
Yeah.
question us the next time. Because we were right the first time. If you don't do it right the second time, please don't involve us in that.
Yeah.
Right?
So with that, hey, we're gonna be right back. So stay tuned.
Thanks.
Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration, whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app. Our team of experts is here for you. Give us a call today. We're here to help.
Yay?
Yay.
Happy yay?
You're on.
Hey,
We
welcome
are
back.
live.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Hey,
Hey, thanks. So we want to thank Knight's Hair, and they're so convenient to get a hold of, and they're local, and we want to thank them for coming out. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them through Teo.
Their website, knightsairconditioning.com, and
they're highly recommended.
Yeah, I just, if you have an AC problem or even a question, you can call Lee and Lisa, and now their kids are answering the phone in the office, but you're going to get an honest answer. I can't tell you the people that have called, said my AC's not working. Lee goes, okay, check this for the float switch, grab your shop vac, suck the line out. Now he could charge $150 and come do that and take 10 minutes. But if you can do it yourself and he doesn't do a service call, he's not making money, but you just saved $150 and you know what to do in the future. And to me, they got my business forever. I mean,
Teo,
absolutely forever.
You see that seat over there?
Yeah.
That seat is to invite you, the people watching, your business. That is for you in the future. If you want to come on the show, talk about your business and see how either you can get help or help the community.
And so we'll have to do that with Illusion Vodka, because maybe we'll have to do some magic together.
Reach out to Teo or myself, and that seat is waiting for you. It's kind of like the Elijah seat.
Yeah.
So with us tonight, we have our friend and our sponsor of this show, and also the AJ and Howard the Unknown Drummer show, which can be seen at 6:45 at your own risk on Monday nights. We have Bob from Illusion Vodka. Hey, Bob, you there?
Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. Now, Bob was in our studio once on the Rock and Roll show, and now he's remote. So now he gets the idea of how this works.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure it out. Well, thank you for having me on your show. It's amazing to be here.
Awesome. So tell everyone about Illusion Vodka and tell them not just about the story, but also what they should expect and where they can get it from.
All right. Well, we're here in the Tampa area, and you can also get us online. You can go to our website at illusionvodka.com. Click on the link, buy it now, and it'll take you to Universal Fine Wine and Spirits, which is an online retailer which ships anywhere in the country except for Alaska, Hawaii, and Mississippi. Don't ask me why Mississippi, but
sir. And can you spell it while drinking your vodka?
Let me try. M-I-S-S.
Why bother? Because you can't sell your shit there. So,
this one's about
that one's almost
bottom,
yeah. We've been tasting that.
It's looking like 4 out of 5 dentists prefer the black cherry.
You know what? It is a big hit. It's on the menu at Sunset Bar and Grill over in Ruskin, right back in Little Harbor. We also have it at the Plaza Mexico over there by the Home Depot over there.
Ask for by name.
Yes, you can ask for it. They got the Illusion Vodka. They actually got a margarita there called the it's the Voodoo Vodka-rita. So it's instead of using tequila, they use the cherry vodka in there, and they make a really good margarita with the vodka instead of tequila. So if you're not a big tequila fan like me, I'm not a big tequila fan. Let
me tell you, looking at the replay right now, I got Andre enjoying
the black cherry is delicious.
He's like, yeah, buddy.
The black cherry,
yeah.
Have on the rocks.
And you're a magician, right? So how long have you been doing magic?
So I've been doing magic for over 30 years. I mean, I was 21. I was in Vegas and walked past a magic shop and said, "Hey, I always like magic. Show me a magic trick. If I like it, I'll buy it." And I'm still doing that trick today. I'm not going to do it this minute, but I'll do it on the show for you guys next time I'm out. It's pretty amazing. He said, "You got a driver's license on you?" I said, "Sure." And I gave it to him. He goes, "You're not even 21. I was just 21, honest to God." And he goes, "This isn't even real." And I go, "Yeah, it's a real driver's license. That's me." And he says, "Well, I've never seen one do this." And he spun it. It went all the way around him and he caught it in midair. And it was like a UFO. And I was like, "I got to know." And he's like, "For $200 a teacher right now." And I couldn't get the money out of my wallet quick enough. And that seems, since then I created something really cool because I've got Illusion Vodka and I put a real magic trick on a bottle because everybody asks me, they say, "Hey, show me that trick, show me that trick." So what I did is I had another trick that I've been doing for years, where I open my wallet and, hey, a flame pops out and, I reach in and I pull out, a bunch of $20 bills. And, I know they don't look like $20 bills at first glance. They look like dollar bills, right? And they're all dollar bills and you can count them out. We got 1, 2, I got 4 of them today, right? Well, all I need to do to make them change is snap my fingers and then they're all $20 bills and you can count them out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 $20 bills. Easy to make money when you know what to do and you just snap your fingers and they change instantly. That's pretty cool. I recreated that trick so everybody can learn it and I put it on this bottle. There's $20 bills on the outside of the bottle. Now, I don't know how good your viewers can see, but those are $20 bills, correct?
I see.
100. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Those are
by the way, I've been a professional magician for 25 years. So.
Oh, well, fantastic. You're going to want to get a bottle of this because you'll be the life of your next big party.
We actually met at, I think, Apollo Beach Liquors about 4 or 5 years ago when you were first coming out.
Yes. I remember you. Yes. And I told you about it. You walked out the door. You were on your way out. I think your wife was in the car. You had to go quickly, but you ended up buying about awesome. Thank you for your business.
Yeah.
We need to get it back in that store too.
And I know we have mutual friends because I hang out with. I don't do a lot in the magic community anymore, but I used to. So.
Okay, well that's good to know. We got to get together. I got to have you over to the new Club Illusion. That's my little bar I set up here in our basement.
Oh, cool.
It's actually a great bar.
I promised Bob we'd make some time there.
Yeah.
So we have to go visit Bob.
Tastes delicious. Delicious. The black cherry tastes great.
Well, the regular is amazing too. Now the regular, both of them are 6 times distilled, 10 times filtered, made with a Midwestern winter wheat by a real master distiller who's been making vodka for over 50 years. The guy's really made this vodka is super, super smooth. It's won 16. It's won 16 medals, 8 of them gold, 4 of them platinum. I'll tell you the best way to try our vodka is to shake it on ice, pour it in a shot glass, and drink it like a shot of tequila. But you don't need any limes or salt. It's so smooth, it's scary, goes down instant. I mean, it's just amazing. Exactly. So if you haven't tried it, you definitely got to get a try. You can get it, like I said, online. I will tell you this: there is a $25 shipping and handling. If you just order one bottle, it does get a little expensive.
You got to buy a few. It's silly not to.
So does I forget? So does Apollo Beach Liquors carry it anymore, or do they?
They do not. They do not. But we need to get them on board again. I had moved from a different distributor.
Didn't have the relationship with them.
Yeah, not yet. So I'm trying to get it in there. I think if enough people that watch
or maybe
the show,
ABC Liquors. We got ABC's in Apollo Beach.
Yeah,
so
yeah. If I get enough people, to go,
I think we should have like 10 of us call the next 2 days and say, "Hey, you got Illusion Vodka?"
Yeah.
Nah.
Yes. If people ask for
Sports Mag, it tells you where to buy it.
Okay. There you go. We got it listed on Tampa Bay Sports Magazine.
You do. Ruskin Liquors is real close.
Link in the chat here now.
Yeah, Ruskin Liquors is real close to Ruskin. If you're in the area, it's right over by the old post office there on 41. Yeah. Also, Gasper's Liquor Shop in Temple Terrace. Really great liquor store. I know it's a little further down the road, but man, what a sexy liquor shop. If you get a chance to go in there, Jimmy's the owner. His dad owned it.
It should be at Apollo Beach because it's the same owner.
Yeah. Well, Bob, let me ask you a question. We have a friend, Teo and I have a friend opening up a cigar bar in Tampa.
Yeah, we should put Edwin in touch with them. We'll get your info because we're looking at bringing in a comedian in there as well as possibly a magician
and maybe an unknown drummer.
Yeah, and to
3 hours solo
entertainment and that cigar bar. So.
What's really cool, and you as a magician will appreciate it. On the back of the bottle, there's a bunch of different cards, spiders, coins.
Right.
These are all real magic tricks that real magicians in real life do. I recreated one, and on the back of the bottle, there's 5 $20 bills. And if you look really close, there's a letter on every bill. It spells out the word magic, MAGIC. And when you actually look through the bottle, I created this magic bottle. I created the label. My mom was an artist. I became an artist. When you look through the label, you can actually see they turn into dollar bills. Now, I don't know if you can see that on there, but if you happen to go out and buy a bottle, you can actually see they turn into dollar bills. What's really great about this magic trick that I created, anybody can do it. If you wave your hand over the $20 bills like this, you could turn them into hundreds. Mm-hmm. And then you can see now that they're $100 bills, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so now you get to do that trick. So not only do you get a great tasting vodka, but you get a couple of magic tricks with this one as well. There's a spider trick that scares, the living shit out of some people. It's pretty amazing. If your wife's got a bunko party at the house, you want to be a big hit, whatever the case may be. Everybody's got their different own. You want to be the life of the party. You show up with a bottle of this and a couple of magic tricks in your pocket with it.
You put his link in our chat, Joe?
I did.
Cool.
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
Well, Bob, you're welcome to hang with us. But coming up next, we're going to have the Florida World Lightweight Champion wrestler, Chris Silva, and he's going to break into how he approaches business. He's got to sell himself different ways. He was going to explain to us. He's not going to come in really in character. He's coming as Chris.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, good to see you, brother.
Chris, you with us?
What's up, guys? I am with you. Teo, I see you made it back from the boat. Good to see you guys.
I did, man. We got to bring you guys out. You got to come out and hang out on the boat.
So if we put all these together, we can wrestle, drink vodka, and be on the boat.
Sounds like a plan.
And then,
Howard,
and
can
then
you bring your
what
drums?
can happen after that?
Who knows?
Welcome, everybody. This is Chris. Chris is the owner of...
I am the owner, CEO of Death Proof Dojo right here in Brandon, Florida, Tampa Bay's premier pro wrestling training and developmental center. And it's a privilege to be on with my brothers again on the show. Just another day of at the office
today.
here.
Today was a day of work.
We've been doing Lucha Libre training the last 2 days. Howard, I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I do like the high-flying style of the young, nimble Mexican wrestlers, yes.
And American wrestlers.
I understand, but the Lucha Libre, are generally come out of Mexico with the flair for Mexico because of their size and weight.
But so, Chris, you posted something. You were up in what was that? Oh, that was the mouse.
Bye-bye, mouse.
You posted you were up in was it Alabama or Mississippi, and you posted something emotional there about Dirty D.
Well, also being a business owner
and how all this plays in.
The promotion and how it's taken a toll on your life. It's not just a story.
Yeah, man. I was in Gulfport, Mississippi over the weekend having my second match so far with Dirty Devin, whom you all got to see perform in St. Pete a couple weeks ago. And it's rare that I get an opportunity to speak as just Chris. And I've explained a little bit of this to Howard. Just in what I do, the lines between reality and story, I guess you could say, can get blurred very easily. What's really unique about the business that we're currently doing is we're taking a real life story. Like this kid actually came to me at 19 years old, ready to quit the pro wrestling business. And he was one of only 2 athletes that I ever recruited. People come to me, man, like I am hard-nosed. I'm old school about who I let in these doors because I hold my talent to very high standards. He's one of 2 talent that I personally recruited. And at the time, he was ready to leave pro wrestling. And, I remember seeing a talent in this guy. He was a college wrestler that flunked out of school, decided, that wasn't the route he wanted to go, and he wanted to take his life in another direction. And pro wrestling was his calling. So, we have that history of just a kid that I raised in this business. I trained with, I performed alongside, and you get these strong emotional connections to the talent that you develop. And then we're on screen, and we're rivals on screen, and it's our job to go out there and beat the hell out of each other. And it's weird because part of that does become our reality and gets a little bit personal. Teo, to your comment about mentioning a lot of emotion this weekend. Yeah, man, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this before, but it's it's tough getting in there and fighting somebody that you love and care about, that you also want to teach life lessons to. It's just this weird world that I find myself in as a pro wrestler. And the beauty of all this is, as a businessman, my trade being pro wrestling, is make this organic life story between myself and in Tampa, everybody sides with Devin. Devin is a Tampa local. He went to high school here. He wrestled here. He played football here. And I'm the most hated wrestler in Tampa Bay, bar none. Probably the most hated wrestler in Florida. And we travel 600 miles to
I noticed
Gulfport,
that.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
quite.
It was quite
I
apparent.
was going to say it was quite apparent that
When
you
we
don't
were
have
over there
many
in
friends when
Seminole.
you're wrestling. I mean, and the
Yeah,
ones that were
I don't
there
know
were
what gave that
uncomfortable
away.
saying that they were your friend.
Yeah, but we travel 600 miles to Mississippi, where I'm the hero. I'm the champion of MCW out in Mississippi. And I've had to put in so much sweat equity with the fan base there for them. It was hard for them to accept a hippie from Tampa as their guy, in Gulfport, Mississippi. So I had to work my ass off. Like the first couple matches I had there, I took a hell of a beating. And the fact that I kept getting up and going
Yeah.
out there to entertain them, I endeared myself to the fans. So it's just this strange dichotomy where I'm hated in one town one day, and I go and I'm beloved hero. They're throwing babies in the air. I literally was taking pictures with children all day on Saturday before this match. And, you fast forward, we're probably going to meet again here in the ring in about 2 weeks. And, there's no kids asking for my autograph or anything like that.
And on top of it, too,
yeah,
you feel
go
like you're
ahead, Kurt.
75 years old after a match, you told me.
I do, man. I look great. I'm 41, and I'm in the shape of my life. But yeah, the pain catches up with you. It takes a toll. I don't know if people are aware of the stats, but every time we fall down in that ring, Teo pointed out last time we were on screen together that he thought maybe this was like had a lot more padding and was a lot more protective. He learned it's all steel and metal. Every time we fall down on that thing, it's the equivalent of a 35 mile per hour car crash every time. And
Every
I
time,
might get
bam, bam,
slammed.
bam.
Yeah, I make it slammed 25 times in a match, not to mention
Yep.
what we're doing on concrete and stuff like that. So it takes its toll, and you really got to love this industry to do what I do. And the fact that I'm so dedicated to giving back to our local wrestling community here in Tampa, 7 days a week for me. Like this isn't a gimmick. I'm not portraying a character. 7 days a week, I'm in the ring training guys or performing on the weekend. It's my life. It's crazy, but I love it.
So when you do get a break and you want to go out on a sunset cruise, you just tell me when, and come on out and enjoy the sunset, and we'll go out on the boat and kick back. So whenever you're up for that, you just let me know.
Let everyone know how
I
they
would
can get a
love
hold of you, support your wrestling program, and also too your training. I mean, you don't have to just train for wrestling at your dojo. Is that correct? You do
It's
personal training as well, right?
Primarily, it's professional wrestling and combat sports based. I do a little bit of personal training, but that's more like between friends thing. I don't advertise that publicly. But I do, I have a few select personal training clients. But here I primarily train pro wrestlers and combat sports staff.
Okay, and that's it. Is it you have a website at
Stuff like that.
You're
Yeah,
breaking
I'm
up.
on all the social medias.
right?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Yep.
Hello. Perfect. I'm at all the social medias. You can find the company at Death Proof Dojo. I'm open 7 days a week here in Tampa, training the next pro wrestling superstar, the next combat sports athlete. 7 days a week, 365. That's how we do it at Death Proof Dojo. Called
That's
Death
how you
Proof
have
for a
to do
reason,
it.
baby. It's hard to kill us.
You know what? We should think about doing like a summer camp for kids there.
Something.
Make them,
I
how
would
great
like
would
that.
that be? Like wrestling summer camp. They come back. They would come back
I would
home
love
and
that.
fall right asleep.
Yeah.
Getting their ass
They
kicked all
would.
day
Hey,
long.
Chris, thank you so much.
Take care, Chris. We're gonna have our next guest coming up, who is
Cassie from the co-op.
Check us out, Death Proof Dojo.
We definitely will. I'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks.
Cassie,
we got you on there?
I think so.
Awesome. Hey, so Cassie's a dear friend of mine, and she's got the Cypress Creek Co Op,
which I've been there a few times.
And
thanks.
And you started this out years ago with a way for people to get fresh produce, and you actually went out and sourced produce from the different farms and stuff, and you would get a bin, and we would go over to a location and pick up your box of produce based on what the bin was for
in different neighborhoods
for that area and that time frame. And you still do the bin thing, but you also have your store.
Yeah, storefront as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually July will make 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And it started kind of on accident on my living room floor. At the time, I had about 5 years experience working in wholesale produce, just with local farms and wholesalers in the area. And one weekend, I posted on our neighborhood Facebook page, hey guys, this is where I live. This is what I do for work. And I can bring this, and this home. And it will only cost us $20 each. It was kind of a way for us to like
buy in bulk.
Absolutely. And it's and actually co-oping in its sense is very archaic. Like it's something our grandparents did a long time ago, kind of like in the barter and trade. And so when we purchase it in wholesale amounts like that, and so much of it brings down the cost for all of us. And so it was 16 people on my living room floor. And then the next week there was like 30 people. And then there was like 60 people, and it just kept going. And so all my neighbors, all my neighbors were like, hey, maybe we find like a cul-de-sac or the community center, because there was a lot of people in the driveway. And then it went from one neighborhood to, I think we were about 3 years into it, and we were up to like 10 neighborhoods a week. And we leased a great big refrigerated box truck that I would drive around, and we had unloaded at each neighborhood. And that's just
Waterset
kind of how it started.
Fantastic here at Waterset.
Yeah. We're really close to Waterset now, so obviously we don't set up in there, but we do a lot of stuff with their school, and for teacher appreciation, and just like the markets and the Thanksgiving and Halloween stuff they do there too. So.
And you have a storefront that is between. It's in the corner next to it's at the end of where Apollo Beach Diner is.
You can't find it at all.
It is,
but it's great. I'm not gonna lie.
We need like a dancing string bean there.
I know it's next to like the U-Haul general store guy, and it's in the corner with all the plants. She's got some plants and stuff.
You are here side like Bugs Bunny would be great.
And unfortunately, you kind of the hurricane screwed everything up, because like before the hurricane, I would come in and I'd pick up, and I loved it because I could just swing in, pick up a couple of tomatoes, a couple of this, couple of that. She'd have stone crabs in there in the season.
Microgreens, that's what I picked up.
She had some cool cheeses, some cool cheeses and stuff. And we could just walk in and pick up a couple things. And I always missed her because she's out shopping, right? She's always like out in the driveway.
I do go pick up everything we bring in. So yeah.
And so she's out there going through it. So I'm always like, no, Cassie's not here. Cassie's not there. And I'm like, she's gonna think I like abandoned her. But then the hurricane happened, and I think a lot of people were like me, in that we kind of stopped. We were blessed. We were given a condo to stay in, but even so, I was still working 14 hours a day, 12, 14 hours a day with my company.
Your leisure time was gone.
It was gone. And so it was pick up a sandwich or order a pizza or order Chinese. And I really stopped the whole grocery thing until just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people did, right? Because you just had a hard time recovering.
We hear that story every day. We are starting to see, like in the last, I'd say like 4 to 5 weeks, we've started to really see a lot of people coming back to the area. And it's just like you said, I mean, everyone was displaced and we understood, but very much so. A lot of our employees and volunteers and friends right back behind the store, all of their homes were affected. And even when they were able to go back, it was just to go back to begin to rebuild. So they've been in Airbnbs across town or in a friend's driveway with their RVs while their homes are being redone. And we wholeheartedly understand that. It's just taking a toll when we don't see our day-to-day people. It's different when you're running the co-op with just the overhead of a truck. It's a lot different when the overhead is a building and utility and.
We had the same problem with COVID with our office building. Is no one paid rent, and while it's not paying the rent wasn't the problem because that was pretty much in profit. It was I still had to pay $38,000 a year in property taxes on those buildings.
Oh yeah,
and so I'm still paying $3,000 plus a month plus the $804 for the like HOA, but it's CAM
and nothing coming in
and then when it does start to come in, I'm freaking 8 months behind.
Yeah.
On, I got to make up that money. And you're the same boat because it's several $1,000s to rent that spot. And you have the electricity, the refrigeration, and all that kind of stuff. And I know you posted to get some help. And I think people helped and you got your rent and stuff covered. And then
we did.
What can we do to help you going forward?
So Rocky, our landlord, has been amazing. We had quite a hefty deposit when we initially took over this building, and our rent is $3,500 a month. It's steep, but it's a great big building.
You got a lot of room with there, which is nice too. Very spacious.
It is. We do have a lot of room in that. One of the biggest things going forward that we want to be able to focus on is how much more we can get out of this building besides it just being fruit and vegetables. We do offer space for local artists and local craftspeople to.
That's great to hear. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, and we don't charge them anything. It's our way of giving back for the community helped us get into this building. And so wholeheartedly, it's just a small thing that we can do to give back to the people who put us here. But we have 2 paint classes planned for this month. We did those, pre-hurricane. Those were something that we did often. The first one will be a fundraiser, and it's like a paint and sip. It's great. Everything in the middle of our store moves out of the way, and we have a lot of space.
Whenever you do that, I want you to post on my groups. I don't care that it's Tuesday or not. You get a free pass for all the stuff that you've done for the community.
You all heard it here first.
Right?
Yeah,
free
you
pass.
Did. You did. Don't flame her. Blame me.
Okay. There we go.
And but seriously, if you have a paint and sip and it's going to be on a Thursday and you forget about doing it on a Tuesday, post it. You are more than welcome. And unlike the closed group, we don't allow fundraiser stuff, but for this we do because me just sharing that to the closed group I think helped. I know a lot of people reached out and
wholeheartedly
we did what I personally was able to do. I felt I wish I could have done a lot more, but given the circumstances, and we're not going to talk more about that, Cassie.
I was gonna ask Cassie if she could turn the camera around, show people the place.
Yeah, do you want to give us a tour?
Take us a quick tour.
I can, but I'll tell you we're closed. So a lot of the things that we pack up at night are put away. But I will. I mean, yes.
Real
let me
quick,
figure this out.
That the fundraiser, silent auction, and paint party is May 17th from 6 to 9. It's $40 per painter. All paint and supplies are included, and it's BYOB, so you can bring your own bottle.
Nice.
You know what? You should grab Stacy and take Stacy to that. See if we can get her out of the house for that.
Heck yeah!
I can't paint for nothing with my.
I am so one-dimensional. I draw stick
men.
men.
It's a Saturday. The 17th is a Saturday, guys. How easy is that?
Get Stacy out.
So
I'm going to turn the camera around physically.
And maybe grab just Marianne. We got to see if Marianne wants to go.
And maybe Michelle.
So I can't seem to figure out how to turn the camera around because I'm arcade. So okay,
like that,
so this is where I've been all afternoon. These are orchids that we just brought in for Mother's Day. We have a lot of like local craft folks. This is someone that does a lot of crocheting, tons of like
Oh, cool.
Amish stuff in, lots of Florida blueberries. We have fun pink pineapples, tons of strawberries.
Now, the pink pineapples, have they cut the tops? How do I get a top of a pink pineapple?
It's impossible.
It's
Teo,
impossible.
when we first started carrying them about, I don't know, 6 years ago, we used to get the nastiest emails from people accusing us of cutting the top of their pineapples off. And we have nothing to do with it, but a lot of food has patents to it, just like other things. So
without a
Joel
doubt.
and Del Monte they won't send those at all.
You sell, I haven't been there in a while, but you do cheeses?
Yeah.
Do you do cold cuts?
We don't do any deli meat. We do offer tons of Amish cheese, butter, jams,
I
jellies.
was thinking maybe Teo Howard and I would just come up and set up a sandwich shop.
A sandwich shop.
And only use your products. Obviously, we'll get bread. So.
The only
Oh, but
problem,
you have bread too.
No, they got bread. They
Yeah,
have killer bread. Oh my
So-
God. they have great
we
bread.
would never leave your place. We do the show from there and just eat in the deli.
We can make.
Listen,
sandwiches
there's
there. We'll get
there's
the
plenty of
Apollo meat,
space.
Wow.
'cause we need like an Italian.
We
I
know
know there was one before.
So
now-
there's
so you had some trees and plants, and I know someone stole a bunch of that.
Oh
stuff.
no.
listen, so we have had pumpkins, gourds, haystacks, straw bells, trees, USF grafted trees, everything out here a million times. This is what it's out right now. Tons of plants, lots of herbs, tons of this is a tricolor hibiscus. This
Okay.
hibiscus will open with 3 colors in one plant. And we've never had any trouble out here at all, except for once. And someone came and cleared 8 to 10 hibiscus, big, pretty ones.
How
But
do you steal someone's,
Karma.
I know.
People suck.
I know. We can
Maybe
see
you did
from
more
the
than you
neighbor's
did.
camera. I know. We can see from the
hey,
neighbor's
can you-
camera. They just pulled up and cleared him.
Yeah.
Michelle just told me that she has to talk to Andre before she can go to sip and paint with me.
Oh, she could paint, just no sip.
No, she can
Yeah.
sip Coca-Cola, Sprite. We don't have to drink alcohol. We can drink ice.
So what are the hours of operation that you're there?
We are here Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 6:30, Sunday 10 to 6, and we're closed on Mondays. But if you sometimes we'll be here working and we'll post that we're open, or if you see the lights on, you're welcome to come in on a Monday.
That's
Cool.
great. That's very great. Well, thank you for coming on. You're welcome
Thank
to
you,
stay with
guys.
us. We're going to wrap up. We're going to do a bunch of commercials now. Then we got a few notes to go over on the show, a few little quick quips. And
if you can put a commercial together that's anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and a half with your place in it, just make sure none of your music is Taylor
licensed.
Swift, and send it over to me, and
Okay.
we'll get you one every week as a commercial.
Oh, you guys are amazing. And
We're
thank you
all
for
right.
this time right now too. I really appreciate you
Always.
guys.
And you're welcome anytime. If when you get right now, it's blueberry season, right? So you got blueberries out the wazoo.
We do.
So next week, if you have some, when strawberries came in, and then I know you had some sour sop that
We
tried
do.
that we had that?
Yeah. I
Look,
drive
that's a real
about
good health thing.
It
So
is.
when
It's
you have that stuff, and you want to call in, you can call in anytime.
Okay.
And we're happy to feature those items.
I want to
Okay.
put this out there too. I don't, 2 things. We work for peanuts, and that's cute. Would you be willing for us to put the "Good Morning, Don't Be a Shitty Person" Apollo Beach shirt in your place, and half of the profit will go to your place?
absolutely. I would
We're gonna put our
gladly
shirts out
give you
there.
guys
And
some
it's from
shelf
South
space.
Shore Live. We're going to put them out at a fair price for everything, for everybody, and those half of the proceeds will go to your co-op.
You guys are. That would be awesome. I would for sure put them out here.
They're nice shirts.
Yeah.
We're going to
Okay.
have his
South
logo
Shore.
on it, my logo in, Joanne's logo on it. Everyone's supporting here. We're going to put those shirts out there, and we're going to put half of that money is going to go to you. The other half is literally going to pay for the shirt.
Okay. So here's the other thing I want
Deal?
to say.
Yeah,
Thank you.
deal.
According to the website, your weekly bin this week, because I'm sitting here
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
watching it, is corn, Ruskin tomatoes, Pink Lady apples, zucchini, cabbage, or sweet potatoes, 3 pounds of citrus of your choice, honey bell or clara.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Lettuce of choice, which is romaine, iceberg, red leaf, green leaf spinach.
I love you, green leaf.
Organic grape tomatoes, bananas, broccoli,
All good.
seedless
All sounds
grapes,
good.
and teeny tiny.
How do we get a bin?
cukes. And it's $25 for a medium
How do we
bin.
get? How do we get a
That's
bin?
it.
Can you lose?
You just show
There's
up, right?
there's lots of ways. You can stop in the store. We deliver. If you order before noon, you get same day delivery. Apollo Beach has only a $4 delivery fee. Everywhere else it's $6. We offer a bunch of days throughout the week where we do like a 10-spot free delivery too. And then on Saturdays we have a location over at Baycare Health Hub. So
Do we want to get a medium box?
We probably do, but listen to this fruit bin. The fruit bin's only $25, and it's
shit.
black seedless grapes, pink lady apples, 3 pounds of citrus,
Rare.
bananas, strawberries, seedless watermelon, and pears or kiwi. I want
Kiwi.
that. I love fruit. Fruit is awesome.
Actually, we should actually get one of each and just share it
I'm
amongst
fine
us.
with
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that after
So
the
we will
show.
give
But look
you-
out for the
we'll call
shirts.
you.
Give me about 10 days. I'm gonna drop off a bunch of shirts there. I'll make a nice
Okay.
sign there, and we appreciate it. We're gonna make sure
Thank
you
you
get
guys
some
so
more action
much.
in the store.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
I
get
really
your,
appreciate you guys.
You know,
Well, we love you.
She
And go
actually
Bucks.
sent me her flyer for the fundraiser, so I'm
Okay.
gonna get that up and get it out to everybody.
Joanne's
and
gonna
see
get
if
it
I
up.
can't get like 20. Dang. I'm gonna see if I can get like 20, 25 people over there.
Awesome.
Okay, I would
We're
appreciate
gonna run
it.
some
Thank
commercials,
you.
Joe.
All right, we're going.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cassie. We
guys.
love you, darling.
Thank you. Love you too, Taylor. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
MF Barbecue. Tasty, juicy, delicious. Ribs, brisket, and pork. Slow smoked overnight to be done fresh for you Thursdays to Sundays, right here in the South Shore area. Based out of Riverview, we are most often located at the Shell gas station at the corner of McMullen and Boyette Road. But since we are a food truck, we're mobile. Catch us at places like Flooring Master, Peter Ford, or Cigars on the Boulevard. Or even have us cater your next big event, from a graduation party to a birthday, or really just for the hell of it. Come hang out and try a special for the week, such as brisket chili or Texas Twinkies, and maybe even meet a special guest. Find us on Facebook and Google.
Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration, whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app. Our team of experts is here for you. Give us a call today. We're here to help.
Hey, everybody. This segment is brought to you by Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Digital Magazine. Drum roll, please. And Howard the Unknown Drummer, Teo Leonard, and my friend Andre Ciapedia is here tonight with us. And we are finishing out our show with some local news and brought to you by our friends at Apollo Beach Publishing. First of all, I want to shout everybody out who supports our show all the time. Pool Kings of Apollo Beach, can't say enough nice things about him. Flip Flop Shop, our friends over at Web Ninja, who happens to be sitting next to me.
Yo.
We have my other friend here, Andre Ciapetta from the Air Filter Company of Apollo Beach. We have Jen Budd that I came up here. I turned that thing on about 10 o'clock this morning. I can't even smell your cigar, dude.
I appreciate
She
that.
worked for
Thank
Sensa.
God.
We
Jen
have
Budd, I love you, darling. I love you.
Jen Budd is the best. I
Jen Budd
cannot
rocks.
lie.
Can you tag Jen Budd in here, please?
Jen Budd, I'm tagging you.
Okay. Also, JD Coaching. If your business needs a little help and you need a little focus, reach out to Joanne Duran at 267-990-6427 at JD Coaching. Also, our friends at South Shore Cleaning and Supply. If you make a mess, you're going to pay for it. They'll clean it, but it's not going to be that much money. They do great work, and if not, they've got to answer to me. Also, Trish at Pure Romance. Her passion is helping you find her passion.
No, her passion is helping you find your passion.
Something like that. Oh, we also almost forgot this weekend is Cars and Coffee here in Apollo
Yes, it
Beach
is,
at
Saturday
Waterset.
morning.
And our representative from Cars and Coffee right here, who usually brings in a badass vehicle every month.
You know it.
And
you know it.
Andre, if you don't know, is also known as the exotic car realtor.
Florida Exotic Realty Group.
And his business tie-in is with nice cars, and he happens. What are you going to bring down there? First of all,
So it's funny because
it's this Saturday, 8 to 10 at Waterset at the Landing. Now, continue. What are you going to roll in?
The month is going so fast. By the way, I just had to double check my calendar.
Oh yeah, it's this week.
Yeah, second Saturday.
I know
already.
it's already
Man.
second Saturday, which is also a 5
And I'm going to be
week
gone.
pay week.
I have a thing for veterans, mothers of veteran suicide, so I won't be there.
I'll be taking the convertible over in Teo's place.
And
There you
it's
go.
also Mother's Day on Sunday.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Cars and Coffee.
So it's going to be 8 to 10 this Saturday, 8 to 10:30, whatever. Whenever everyone wants to leave, we all like to have a good time there. I'm going to probably bring the C6 Corvette Grand Sport, which is about to go under the knife here again soon.
Really?
Listen, I think we all grew up. You guys may have another movie. My generation was Grease Lightning. You remember Grease Lightning? John Travolta. And then who was the other guy? The crater guy, the crater face guy.
Yeah, Kaneki.
Something like that. But you remember
Yeah.
when they were
Kaneki.
racing
The
car,
they
the car.
raced the cars,
Yeah,
and
the
his
flames.
girlfriend did that.
But
They were
it
there
was just
pulling up,
Grease, yeah.
and he's like, "You ready to go, Zuko?" And
Yeah.
all you hear is a cam, bop, 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 bop. So we are gonna finally cam the Corvette.
Oh no way! So it's gonna have
Oh.
that. Dot, dot,
So
dot, dot, dot.
yeah, so that's gonna be under the knife here in the near future. But that's what I'm gonna bring until
Okay.
it does go.
I will be rolling in with the vintage 1980 Suzuki, still not titled Z50, which a big thumbs down to motor vehicle that for the third time in 5 years I've tried to register it. Teo, did I tell you the reason why they shot me down?
No, I don't know.
Here's the reason. All the paperwork is in order, sir. However, this one document has a little whiteout on it. We can't accept it. So please redo all your documentation and bring it back in. Whiteout, ladies and gentlemen. The product to fix a mistake.
So I had a scooter,
such
and it
bureaucracy.
took me like 7 years to get the scooter licensed, and because I brought it over from Italy when I was moving some stuff.
Aprilla? What was it? Vespa?
No,
Lambretta?
It was a Lambretta.
Nice bike,
And,
heavy as shit though.
Yeah, and so we had the import bill of we had the certificate of origin, in that,
Certificate of origin.
but we didn't have a bill of sale.
No.
And oh my God, the paperwork was to get a nightmare.
What is wrong with the scooter world? I have a story about my scooter title as well.
Because they literally shouldn't be on the road in America. That's why.
Hey, it's not my fault that it's supposed to go 30 and we had it going 70. But,
Well, so my scooter scenario, I bought it from a friend. I am not going to mention his name, but I bought it from a friend at a very good deal.
I got good deal for you.
He such a good deal. I bought it first, got the title the next day, and then when I get the title, I'm like, "Yo, there's already a name for the buyer in the title, and it's not mine."
Whoops.
And I'm like, "Hey, what do we do here?" He's like, "Well, just go and bring it in." I'm like, "Yeah, they're not gonna register it, man." No. I was like, maybe I could get away with like one name, but there's obviously a couple.
Hey, there's a reason why my boat is registered in Texas.
I hear Montana's a pretty good place to register stuff too, ladies and gentlemen.
So with the scooter, I'm at that point now. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna probably enjoy it. It's under 35 miles an hour. I just drive to certain locations.
Yeah.
And by the time I do end up titling it, it might not even be alive.
Yeah, and ask for forgiveness.
It's true.
Ask for forgiveness.
You
So
know?
I just
so what do we got? We got some bands coming up because we're
We have
over.
a- we have
We're
a-
way
wrap
over
up.
time.
coming into town. We have, believe it or not, the Steve Miller Band is coming
Yeah.
to town. He announced it
Okay,
again.
that'd be okay.
Should be a good time.
Nice.
We also have we can fly like an
And you
eagle.
got David.
We got
Lee
David
Roth.
Lee
David
Roth.
Lee Roth.
And
which-
talk about expensive, man. That's like
Tickets
Billy
were
Joel
stupid money.
prices.
we
Yeah, I
we
went for
walked away
pre-sale
from that
and we
one.
walked.
And
Wait,
then-
but tickets do go on sale at the Hard Rock Cafe. Oh, and the 10th.
We
Today
also have
for us, but
Joe Perry from Aerosmith is going out on his own.
But you know what? He's not on his own, Joe Perry. He's got a bunch of people going.
Oh,
with him.
he has an all-star band with him. Looking at the lineup of the band, it was pretty impressive. If you want to pull it up, Joe, if you got a
I am
second.
doing that right now. As we
It
talk.
was pretty good.
And
And
okay, so it's Joe Perry, Brad Whitford, Buck Johnson, both of Aerosmith.
Yep.
Chris Robertson from the Black Crowes.
you're getting Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes is going to be
And-
doing the part of.
Awesome.
And
And I
two
saw
of
him.
those-
Hold on a second. And I saw him with Jimmy Page doing the music of Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
I got to tell you, Chris Robinson is no joke. He is definitely one of these guys that if their band didn't have so many problems over the years, would be like an Aerosmith or a Led Zeppelin
I'm
in that
considering
respect.
seeing this group just because
I think we're
even
gonna go to
though,
that one.
Robert DeLeo and Eric Kritz, is that from Stone Temple Pilots?
Correct.
Both of them are.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
super group. It's like in Asia, but with guys that are from other bands.
and they are coming to Tampa, Florida. So they're on their way. And I got the
That's the sleeper
whole-
show of the year. It's
that's
going to
like
be Joe Perry because
I
on top
believe
of it too,
that's-
he's been for 2 years biting at the bit to play, and he's been waiting for Steven Tyler. And Steven Tyler has one more gig with him. He's doing one more gig, and he's
That's
only doing it for
it.
Ozzy.
Okay.
And Steven Tyler and Aerosmith are getting together for one last gig. Here's a little news alert. Ozzy Osbourne Fest in July. You will see Aerosmith there
Yes.
playing 3 songs, and that is the end of Aerosmith. You heard it here first, no joke.
And I
Yep.
actually was lucky enough to see them on their second show back from when Steven had his little second stint there. And they were really good. I'm not gonna lie. I paid a little more than I should have for the tickets, but I was in Vegas and it was really a good show. And I got to see Joe Perry up close and personal.
I also want to mention that Teo and I, and also Andre, on this show that's been going on for almost 8 months now, we have had on our show over 60 guests.
Wow.
That's amazing.
We've had over 60 guests, and we've helped 60 businesses, hopefully help them
Yeah.
to your audience and to the people watching. And we want to thank you very much. And if you see on my top of my notes, I had a note of what tonight was. And I said tonight I wanted to be thankful. That was the topic.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm thankful is twofold. One is that Kamala is not our president. We dodged such a bullet that she's not our president. And I'm sorry to go that way, but in your right mind, if you at all think that this didn't go pretty good, I don't know what to tell you.
Goddamn.
You know, I gotta tell you, I mean, I'm liking what's happening. As somebody that's done international business for 40 years, the whole tariff, and we're not gonna get into it, but I'm liking the direction it's going. Is it painful at first? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know, because we've
2
relied
weeks,
so
it's-
international.
yeah. I was talking to a buddy of
products.
mine.
We don't buy
today.
anything in the U.S. anymore. But yet it was funny. We've resurrected our Sunset Cruises, and somebody
you.
asked about the hose, and I'm like, oh my God, you got to get the Flexzilla. It's made in Iowa, and it's 10 times. You can get it on Amazon, and it doesn't kink. It is 10 times better than a Harbor Freight or Sam's Club hose. And for using it all the time, I use a hose. I'm replacing the one in the front as well with a Flexo. It's more money.
Yeah.
It's
One and done rather than 10 in garbage.
It's almost double, but it's not really. I mean, the Sam's Club hose is like 50 some bucks, and this is like 70. 75, or where Harbor Freight is 29, but it's Harbor Freight. And try to reel that thing in. If you're just going to like let it lay on the backyard and the dock, and I can't do that with the dog because Taz freaks out thinking it's like a snake or something, particularly after that like 4-foot snake that was in the truck. buy
happy with-
American.
I'm happy the way
I got to
things are
tell you, man, it was I'm buying more American now,
and we better get used to it.
and we pay a little money, but for us, the quality, I'm liking the quality on some of the stuff that I'm doing.
And
I'm
you know
making a
what?
conscious decision.
I'm happy. Everything I'm dealing with on that end is happy.
My investments could be better,
I know-
but I bought a bunch as well. So the stuff I waited to buy until it was in the slump, that has like doubled.
The only thing I can say bad.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
That's really it.
They're
And it's
coming
really
around.
it's
But if
really
you know-
minor. When I'm
Yeah.
looking at the grand scheme of
That's
things,
It's still house
You
money.
hold it. You hold it. You wait. You just hold it.
I'm not selling.
You know.
So
you just
If
hold
you're
it.
retiring right this second, trust me, you're still going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you
I
know,
want.
just take delay and take your money
That's
towards
it.
the end of the year.
I want a big shout out to the graduates this year. You are our,
Oh yeah, I
you
can't believe
are our
that's happening
future.
already.
You you are the ones that are going to be stewarding our America and our future and humanity. Do well, think for yourselves, be leaders, not followers. Congratulations, high school, and there's children that I know and that are young adults that are getting their college associate's degree while in high school so they can cut through the bullshit and get out sooner so they can make a dent in this world. I know 2 or 3 of those kids. Congratulations. And to all the college graduates, good luck. I hope you don't have many bills because you're going to have to pay them. I'm not paying them for you.
Are.
And thankful for our sponsor, Illusion Vodka, that would like to say goodnight to everybody to us. And give us one more time on where you can get your stuff. Bob, tell everyone where you can get your stuff from.
Can't hear you, Bob. Pop your
Bob's off.
We see you, but we cannot.
It's
hear
an
you.
illusion. We made his sound disappear.
Take off your earphone.
That was pretty funny too. In the meanwhile, coming up
Oh,
on
I
the
got
show,
it.
we're
How
gonna
about
have
now? Can you hear me now?
Got you now.
So once again, where can we get your stuff?
Right here in the Tampa area, you got Ruskin Liquors, you got Gasper's Liquor Shop in Temple Terrace, and there should be a link online. You should be able to go to our website and check it out. There's plenty of places in the area, but online is the most important part. And I wanted to thank you guys again, Howard, for having me on your show. I really, truly appreciate it. This means a lot to me because this is like my first podcast I've ever been on. So thank you again for that. I can't thank you enough. This is something new to me, and I really enjoyed being on the show.
You're coming in live. If maybe even next week, if Teo can get here on time, we're working on that.
Yep.
And also coming up, just to let people know, we have Martin Security who's going to be coming in the next few weeks. We've got Dr. Heather Haverfield coming in.
Awesome.
We also have the Bohemian Boutique coming in. We have Mosquito Squad, which
Mosquito Shield.
Mosquito Shield. She will do
Mosquitoes.
anything.
We got a lot of those out here.
I need to do a quick kudos.
Shout out. Here we go.
Shout out. I got to thank Dr. Nate over at Apollo Beach Concierge. So I've been working with them a little bit on losing some weight and doing a couple.
Yeah, you are looking
And
good.
you're looking good.
And I'm down. I have 1 pound to go before I can skydive off the freaking Matterhorn. So I'm down 29. Right. I'm down 29 pounds, and 1 pound to go, and I can freaking jump off the Matterhorn.
Woohoo!
Also,
I don't know why you would, but woohoo!
Programming note: Teo and I are actually going to be taking some vacation. So that coming up, we're going to bang out a few shows. We're going to try one remotely, and
That's what she said.
and then we're going to take a little break, and
That's
so
what
you'll
she
get a little bit of us a few weeks here, a few weeks there, and then hopefully by September we'll be back to a schedule. The rock and roll show will be right before Monday Night Football, and then depending on how bad the Bucks crap the bed on Monday night, we'll see if we have a Tuesday show.
Absolutely. So hey, thanks everybody. Bob, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Please like and share and tell your friends about
We're
the
life's
show.
an illusion, and this vodka's real. Dare to be amazed.
Awesome.
You got it. Take care, everyone. Have yourself a great night. We'll see you next week.
You got it. See everybody.
Good morning. Don't be a shitty person. T-shirts are available at the co-op. Make sure you pick them up. They'll be there in 10 days.
Heidi wants one for sure. She already asked me about it.
Hers is on the house.
Gotcha.